Well, welcome to Hermeneutics. My name is Dr. Joel Badal. I'll be serving as your instructor for the next 8 weeks for this online class. By now, you should have accessed Canvas and you should have downloaded the course syllabus. Note that the course syllabus has a course description and simply is the examination and of the principles of biblical interpretation. So we're simply looking at how do we go about doing Bible study methods. How do we look at the hermeneutical strategies, the history of interpretation, the various literal, historical, grammatical approach to our process of interpreting any biblical passage, book, study, both the Old and New Testament. Now, with every class, there are course objectives. This class has 5. You'll articulate a strategy to manage and cultivate the necessary practices and attitudes of Christian interpreters. Number 2, you're going to summarize the major trends in the history of biblical interpretation. Number 3, you're going to employ consistent historical, grammatical hermeneutic in the interpretation of biblical texts. You'll reflect on the implications of a given interpretation for yourself and the local church and the universal church in general. And then lastly, evaluate the insights of various primary and secondary sources and incorporate those insights into one's interpretation of a biblical text. You have 2 primary textbooks. Number 1, you have William Klein and Craig Blomberg, The Introduction to Biblical Interpretation, and that's through Thomas Nelson. It's a 2017 edition. And then the second book is done by Kevin J. Van Hooser. Actually, it's a series of authors, and then C.A. Anderson, and then M.J. Sleesman, Everyday Theology, How to Read Cultural Texts and Interpret Trends. And that's through Baker Publication, 2007. The expectation is use your Bible, of course, and then there will be times and opportunities for you to interact with other classmates through discussion threads. I want to make note of the assessments for this class. You'll see how those assessments are scored and graded and what percentage those assessments make up. You'll see that on page number 2 of your syllabus. So you'll see the Greek alphabet chart all the way down to the Philippians chapter 1 application paper, which is worth about 100 points. But note the various narrative analysis, the Hebrew word study, the gospel analysis. So you have several assessments that you need to be working through. And then the general scale of grades, such as what equals an A all the way down to the letter grade F. If you need help with gaining resources, such as to help you with your writing projects, you'll note the tab that is located on your home button where it will direct you in a blue font, student resources and Moody Library. Those are helpful places to find how do I write in MLA format, how do I find this theological resource at the library. I just would encourage you to get used to the home button on Canvas for your class. You'll also note that there is a schedule in the course documents that you can download as well. And the course schedule gives you the approximate dates that your assignments are due. And I would encourage you to take those down and then maybe plug those into your calendar so you can stay on top of the class. Again, you are in a grouped course. That means you are part of the discussion thread. You are the primary driver that engages the other classmates. So you should post often. You should post early. And then each week I'll provide a mini lecture in order to help stimulate those things that were taking place in the course discussion, but also to bring a uniformity of the course material that you're reading that you can use to make sense of the material and help you complete your assessments. You are not required to watch the videos on the mini PowerPoints that I'll provide, but nonetheless, they will be there to serve as an encourager and to bring sort of like an in-person class into an online class and engage the learner in that way, and to in a sense to help you fill in the gaps in regards to matters of biblical interpretation. I hope that encourages you and challenges you as you think about the next 8 weeks. I'm available for conference calls by video, Microsoft Teams, Zoom, or a general phone call is fine through my cell number, and you can reach me on email as well. I do have social media accounts such as Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. You are more than welcome to befriend me on those pages, accept me as a friend. I'm willing to do that as well as another way to connect with me offline through those social media platforms. We can also engage and talk through Facebook chat would be one other option. Hope you are encouraged today and look forward to interacting with you in this class. May God bless you.